You are born, but usually the life begins when you're around 4 years old, because that's the time for most of us when you start remembering anything that happened. You have food, cozy bed, and no worries at all. Life is easy now. Listening to your parents once in a while might be a pain in the ass, but you'll be fine. You start going to school, you make some friends, and you do typical kids things like, I don't know, arguing that you're not gonna consume any amount of broccoli forever, eating crayons, and I don't know, kids are kids, that's it. Few years pass and now they start calling you a teenager, which basically translates to get good grades at school, make more friends, and don't do more stupid things. I mean, you're still gonna do stupid things, but not kid stupid things, if you know what I mean. Parents are now even more annoying, but most of the times they just want the best for you. You're jealous of other kids if they have something you want and realize world is not fair. But you're still too young to understand it at all. Now it's high school time. That's the period when your brain starts developing enough when you can finally say that you're discovering yourself, whatever that means. You get older and more mature, but just a little bit though. One fine evening, your friends introduce you to a very common phenomenon these days called drinking. From this point, you know that the plans you had for the night that included studying for an upcoming biology exam might get postponed a day or two or a week or never actually happen. Anyway, that's also a time of your life when you start catching interest in opposite sex. Dating takes a big part of your focus now, but that's good, because it makes you develop more as a functional being of a modern society. You're forced to follow a lot of different subjects, which 99% of you will forget or won't even be useful in adult life. But getting fundamental knowledge is important, so pay attention please. You hang out with your friends, you date, you do cool activities, you study, optionally. But soon the sweet times come to an end, and now the real fun begins. I mean, a fucking disaster. After school, you're faced with two choices. Either you continue your education journey or just straight up get yourself into a workforce. Both are pretty much very similar, you will be broke and have no idea or clue what you're doing whatsoever. If you happen to get yourself into university, good job, that's already something. Now you can be an idiot with a diploma at least, because they lied to you. Having a higher education doesn't guarantee you landing a good job. You might end up in a McDonald's, Mr. Philosophy major. Not like I didn't want to pursue this exact path and now I make YouTube videos, but anyway, if your parents can help you and you're willing to choose something that makes sense, such as doctor or lawyer, continue that road. It's a good choice. Majority of us people don't make these very often. And we don't have rich parents, so... But yeah, whatever. Now it's finally time to work and get yourself some Benjamins. That's the thing which is gonna pretty much dictate 90% of your life. Which is sad, cause it's just a piece of paper. Which will make you realize how the world around you is fucked up. During the school years, no one actually explained to you how to do your taxes or how to not look like a silly goose during a job interview. That's just the tip of an iceberg. Rent is fucking expensive. If you're fresh on an adult life path, renting something is the only option you have. It's gonna take majority of the money you earn, and during that time it will be really hard to save a reasonable amount of cash, so you're gonna be stuck for a little while. Other option you have is getting back to living with your parents. But then everyone you know is gonna say you gotta move out cause you're already that age and how can you live with your mom? At some point you will need to get your own place anyway, but that requires for you to get a good income, which is a result of you having a proper job. But as a young person, nobody usually takes you seriously. So to get a good job, you need experience. But to get the experience, you need a job in the first place. So how the hell are we actually supposed to get better with our lives? Well, you're gonna have to work at some point in your life a minimum wage job just to be able to live and function as a normal human being. Which basically screams in your face, we could give you much less if we could, but we can't, so you can survive and work for us longer. So it's gonna be even harder from now, I warned you. While the gap between rich and poor is getting wider every day, the only solution is money, which is literally just a piece of paper. So in other words, the only solution is to get rich or simply just financially stable. But that takes time, and you're not the only one that thought about it before. There's a competition in every genre of business. Everyone wants to get money. No matter what you choose, it most likely already has been invented, explored or exploited enough, and the only thing that's left is to just remodel or improve something that already exists in your niche. Of course, there's always a chance that you might start something revolutionary, but it's very small. But not zero though. So don't give up. Have in mind that if you decide to start pursuing whatever you think it's the best for you, you might lose a couple of friends and become a little laugh to other people. But usually they're even more miserable than you. They are just better pretending they're not. Okay, life sounds fun. Got anything else, mate? Well, how about a constant brain rot that strikes you with every use of social media? The more the company grows, the easier it is for the algorithms to control your attention, which leads to controlling your time so you can waste more of it and be stuck forever. How about the fact that food and bills get more and more expensive while the salaries don't? And when they actually do, it's not at the same rate, so you get less for more. What about the quality though? You are most likely consuming more and more microplastics in your food, while the better one is sometimes not even affordable if you're just a typical living human. Sounds cool. Anything else? During the times we live, the technology we have expands drastically. You can be pretty much connected to the Wi-Fi everywhere you go, while there are still people who do not have an access to drinkable water. And the gap is not slowing down. There's tons of people that do not have a privilege of watching this video as you do due to the fact that they died in somebody else's war. Okay man, you can stop at this point. We are constantly killing the nature of our planet, which is the sole reason we are where we are right now. How can we build a beautiful galactic empire when we can't even take care of our own home? If you cut out all of the trees, you won't be able to breathe. Simple. Your privacy is slowly starting to not be a thing anymore. Everyone around you with some computer knowledge can get all of your data online. And when it comes to government and social media companies, they can have it at the snap of a finger. It is not even yours anymore. The truth is, it is not looking good for us over here. But there is hope. There will always be hope. That's what kept us humans going, since the first time we knew we are alive. Hope helped us go through all of the bad times that happened. And now we are standing on a road that splits into two paths. It's on us and only us to decide which way we're gonna go. Although we are not in a good position as species, I truly believe we will get out of this. Like we did countless of times when everyone thought that this exact moment is the end of humanity. But we proved otherwise. So keep it up, humanity. Because bad times do not last forever.